Today we remember the lives sacrificed through countless painfully tragic wars so we can enjoy the liberties and rights all of us Canadians are afforded today. Freedom is never free, and I wear the poppy in respect for my grandmother who served in the British Royal Air Force during the Blitz. Old animosities have flared up again, and there are those who seek to subvert the peaceful progress of enlightenment. Charlatans peddling influence use hate as a tool for their own nefarious purposes. In Nazi Germany, this type of hate led to only one solution: the mass extermination of much of the Jewish faith and race, not to mention Romani, Slavs, homosexuals, the so-called politically incorrect, Jehovah's Witnesses, the physically or mentally disabled, Freemasons, and countless others, children, women, and men. This has been an ongoing fight between liberal democracies and often brutal psychopathic dictatorships led by narcissistic sociopaths throughout the entire course of human civilization. They use hate to divide us, cause us to fight amongst ourselves, break our alliances, corrupt our humanity, and lose countless tragic lives. The Moscow Kremlin interfered in the 2016 United States presidential election and helped Donald Trump win. Russia used countless trolls and fake social media accounts to spread disinformation while harassing candidates and abusing the almost uncensored nature of online speech. Thankfully, our recent federal election was spared the rise of populist publicity actors simply seeking negative attention and personal wealth. Let me make this perfectly clear. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and anti-Semites are dangerous domestic terrorists. They usurped the Canadian Red Ensign and Union Jack my grandmother fought under during World War II. Today's Nazis defile their family's legacy, disgustingly boasting the names of ancestors who saved us from the evils of Hitler's regime. They use the argument of defending free speech to spread their racist rhetoric and violent ideology. Make no mistake, whether they are wearing a suit and tie or uniform and armband, the so-called alt-right's goal is yet another genocide. Throughout the embarrassing history of infighting and disorganization of right-wing groups, they all individually fantasize about being little Hitlers of their own pointless one-man child political parties. In reality, they are all pathetic losers who needs to grow up and get a real life. Canadians as a whole have voiced their opinions at the ballot box, and I laugh every time I see these same perennial candidates at the bottom of election results. We live in a global society, and we can no longer discriminate against anyone based solely on their culture, race, religion, or sexual orientation. We have this wondrous tool called the internet that allows us to instantaneously communicate together. There are so many genius computer programmers and engineers working hard every day to shape the digital world that we live in. We cannot allow one of humankind's greatest inventions that unites all of us to be used for evil. I have seen the internet grow from a handful of primitive personal computers connected to landline phone outlets to what it is today. At this speed of technical progress, the internet will shortly become absolutely everything in the world. Online, just as in the real world, there are bad actors. Terrorists, drug pushers, child predators, recidivist fraudsters, hate mongers, and various other assorted rabble-rousers abusing information communication technology. Right now, we will need a lot of good people on the internet, people who are not anonymous, people who are accountable for what they say and do online. If you can't show your face and use your real name on the internet, you should not show your face in public at all. Privacy is totally dead. Both government and private companies keep electronically searchable permanent dossiers on all of us. In East Germany, the Stasi used this for repression. In Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia, North Korea, and Maoist China, it was used for mass murder. Much of our personal information is on computers that have been hacked by hostile foreign governments, or even just humble preteens. This data can be purchased by anyone on what is called the dark web. Divisive politics and violent extremism must end. When any group, be it Black Lives Matters, anarchists, anti-fascists, or any general protest movement espouses subversion, they are crossing the line. We have laws for a reason, to save lives and to regulate society. Hate laws are on the books to prevent World War III. Many police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and military members risk their lives every day to keep us safe. Every one of them will tell you they are just doing their job. People like me who want to save lives don't honestly give a damn who or what you self-identify as. I identify as Canadian, like it says on my ID card that I present to the authorities when requested. Let's show everyone, including strangers, basic common respect. We are all going to die someday. Why not do something meaningful with your life and find ways to help your fellow neighbors on this earth? Follow your passion. I was just a sad and lonely kid. There are a lot of us out there. If you find yourself down the rabbit hole of fake news and deaf cult indoctrination, put your smartphone down, get off social media for a bit, and join the real world. Watch real news on a real TV, like our national broadcaster, the CBC, Britain's BBC, or PBS NewsHour. Internet celebrities and online media personalities just want attention. They are loyal to no country. Russia Today and Sputnik Radio are enemy propaganda. We all have or know someone who has mental health, poverty, and addiction issues. We have all made mistakes in our life. I hope by attending Remembrance Day ceremonies, volunteering my time, and praying to God, can begin the process of seeking forgiveness. There is a real physical cyber war going on right now. Part of that is a war on your minds. Your Ward News was nothing more than a continuation of a not-so-secret psychological operations campaign that has been ongoing between the East and the West since the Bolshevik Revolution. Anyone can be hacked, leaked, or doxxed, and the surveillance state is global. I'm too scared to be anonymous. How about you? Your move, Mr. Putin.